with Lando Norris being on pole, then all he needs to do is keep that position ahead of Max Verstappen and take another few points. But you definitely hope that there is a big gap, because I'm surprised that Max Verstappen has come in second in this track. They were not the favorites, and I see that Charles Leclerc time has been deleted. So I'm not sure where he would have ranked, but this is a race that Lando Norris and McLaren should take advantage of because of their strength, and also because Red Bull, they struggle in such kind of street courses, circuits.
I'm actually wondering, I was just checking to see how many more races are there to go.
Yeah.
So that I see whether there is need to be excited. Okay.
Yeah.
So October you've got 2. November I've got 3. So that's 5.
That's 5. That's 7.
So 7 is a lot.
Yeah, 7
There's room for things to happen.
Yeah.
Again, what has changed so much for Red Bull? Is it the other teams have caught up?
Well,
have they've made improvements on their car, whereas maybe Red Bull were working at 100%? Is it that Red Bull are missing Newey, who's been away since, is it March or May?
Yeah. The chief designer.
The chief designer?
Yeah.
And he would be able to make tweaks here and there?
Well,
is it the fight for Red Bull at the start of the year with Christian Horner and the argument and the accusations with the colleague?
Yeah.
Is it his fight with the other guy because there's a tug of war at the top?
Helmut Marko.
Yeah. What is it that has happened that has made Red Bull all of a sudden
the team principal head of the season,
in addition to
yeah,
Horner always playing his role in the team, that apparently there's a time he had to send him an email saying what he does and what he doesn't do.
Yeah.
So that may have caused friction, may have added to the friction already between Newey and him, and where Newey ranks in how important he is. I read that somewhere.
Yeah, I get that. Not really sure that it would affect the run of the season. Like when Newey does the entire design, I think he does it for an entire season.
Yeah, but Sammy, hold up. But you have to continuously make improvements and changes, and he's not been involved with them because he's already on gardening leave as he awaits to join next year.
Yes.
So these other teams have their main guys.
That's a good.
He's
point.
not there.
Yeah.
So
they've been.
That's why I asked: is the question that they are not able?
Yeah.
Whereas McLaren and Ferrari and whoever else and Mercedes are being able to make those adjustments.
Well, that's right. Because the only adjustment they'd made, it didn't work for them because they'd put in an upgrade, and okay, they might not agree to the fact that it didn't work, but you could see that whatever they were running in their simulations versus what is on the actual track were completely different. So they were backtracking. So that could be a point. I also think that McLaren and the upgrades they've made ever since they started the first one in Miami, and then in the summer break they came in one in Monza, they have really helped their cause. And I guess when you look at the previous stories that have been coming out, is that teams are complaining about either their front wing, they're complaining about their rear wing. They have done so many adjustments led by Andrea Stella, who's doing a really good job. So I think McLaren have made a really big jump just from them as a factory. And for Red Bull, these tracks haven't been as conducive for them because they've been suffering a lot with the drag of most of the tracks in here. And even in this race in Singapore, there is a statement Max Verstappen made and said we are not really good this circuit with lots of corners. So I feel like it could be a design issue, and at the same time McLaren, they've just made grounds by the upgrades they've made. So that's the reason why they are here. And in any case, you need evidence for that is to look at the Constructors' Championship. It's McLaren who are on top right now. And it's thanks to the job that they've done ever since Miami, turning around the year and coming through the summer break. So,
can Verstappen do this? Can he find a way to retain it, or do you think Lando is going to get it?
I think Verstappen will win it. That's not good for me because I am always looking forward to these races, and I believe that something can happen. But the 7 races that he dominated in at the beginning of the season, he set a really big gap. Because what we are talking about right now with the next 7-8 races remaining is that Lando Norris needs to score Verstappen by over 8 points per race. I don't think that's feasible now. If Verstappen is going to finish second, he's still fine. So I think he's already run the course and it's going to be champion again.
One of these fine days, we are going to discuss Adrian Newey and how one man can be such a genius in understanding aerodynamics and airflow, because apparently he understands it like the back of his hand. And how great you have to be at your job, that at age 65 you're getting a contract worth 30 million pounds. Like at age 65, like how good do you have to be? I think that's a conversation just on its own, just how good he is and how great he is at understanding how an F1 car works, how an F1 car works, and how great he is as far as